What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rant Industries, Rant Media, okay? Because this is going on two different channels because I feel it's relevant to these two channels, okay? This will be on my Rant Roller Sports channel, and this will be on my Rant Social channel. All right, let's get by the topic in the description of the video. You know what this is about. And I just want to unpack some of my thoughts concerning this, right? But let's let these gentlemen set this up.
My name is Max Bretos, and Alana McLaughlin will be fighting here tonight. And the topic of trans athletes competing obviously splinters the conversation quite frequently. However, whatever side you think about, and whether you think that the trans athlete should compete, one thing we can all agree on: the sacrifices one has to make that decision is bigger than anything any of us would do on a regular basis. Alana McLaughlin has had to overcome many hurdles in her life, and
I'm going to stop it right there. I want you to notice how automatically they will start describing this man as a her and she, and they will use these words over and over. Okay, this is a programming technique, whether you know this or not. You're seeing this in all media right now. What they're telling you basically is that you're looking at a blue sky, but they're telling you the sky is purple or the sky is yellow. You're looking at white clouds in a blue background, and they're telling you that those clouds are black on a red background. This is what is happening.
her career, it's a journey that only her have taken. Let's take a closer look at some of those sacrifices that she has had to make.
I want you to understand something. This is a world now full of illusions in our society, in human society. Okay? We're in a world full of illusions. What you see here seems to be a female. Okay? It appears to be a female, but indeed it is not. Okay? And we're becoming a a society of lies. and we're all becoming delusional. Okay? This is, and you know what? I'm going to say this. This right here is going to be the revenge of the heterosexual man. And I love it. I hope that these transgender fighters go into these octagons and into these rings and beat the hell out of these natural born women. I hope I see teeth fly out of their mouth. I would even want to see one of their goddamn eyes get knocked out of their socket by someone who was born a man but identifies as a female. And this is you. And when this does happen, when you see one female after another get pummeled, get smashed in an octagon or in a boxing ring, all right? Remember, females, remember women out there, born women I'm talking about. Remember that this is your fault. You co-signed all of this. You marched for all of this, right? This is what happens when you have a society led by the feminine energy, by females, as America is, and much of the Western world. You have complete chaos, or what they say in Jamaica, Babylon.
Early as I knew there was a difference between girls and boys, I knew that something was different. I grew up.
Hold on, I have to turn this up, folks. Just give me a second. All right, this is the Bootleg Studios. We doing things on the fly. I gotta take a pull of this. Hold on. I don't advocate smoking to anyone under the age of 21 years old. This is just me. I'm 46, doing what a grown folk does. Hold on. I have to take a pull so I can hear what this individual has to say, because this is very interesting. no matter what side of the fence you fall on. And this is still a human being. After all, I'm not downplaying that.
Mostly in South Carolina. My upbringing was not exactly standard. It wasn't usual. My parents go to church 5 times a week. Wasn't the best childhood. We didn't have a lot of money. And of course, growing up a queer kid in the South, it was never going to be easy.
I agree. I agree with that. If you're a child and you feel completely different from everyone else, especially in that type of culture down in the South, down in the Bible Belt, that pickup truck culture down there, yes, even for a quote-unquote Caucasian who was gay, I could see how that would be difficult. But I'm not here to get into the whole issue of whether being gay is right or wrong. Is it natural? Is it a decision? Is it genetic? Is it spiritual? That's a deep rabbit hole that we can get into. I'm not here to judge or speak on that. What I'm here to judge on is that this human being here was still born genetically a male, thus giving him advantages over a genetically born female. Strength, speed, endurance, bone structure. Okay, the ability to absorb punishment in battle. Yes, women can absorb great amounts of pain, of course, because they bear children. But you can be as tough as you want and still get knocked out cold. Being knocked out cold or choked to death has nothing to do with how tough you are. You're just at a disadvantage physically as a born female fighting a born male. That's the bottom line. But since society is keep pushing for this, and they keep pushing and they keep training doctors to be Dr. Frankensteins, moving body parts around and changing body parts. And this is even amongst the straight people. Obviously, shifting your face around and your breast around, your ass around, and where otherwise there's nothing wrong with your body health-wise. This is just chasing vanity. But this is vanity going to another level.
Family definitely was not supportive and are not today. When I lived in South Carolina, one of my primary goals was to get out. I decided to join the Army. I was in the Army for 6 years. During that time, I was stationed.
And anybody gay who might be watching this, I am not dumping on this person being gay. I'm dumping on the fact that this person was still born a male. Do you see the size of this quote-unquote transgender female's neck? Okay? That's a male neck, naturally. Okay? You don't have to go in the gym and do a whole bunch of neck exercises to get that neck because it's there naturally as a man. His hand size will be bigger than the average woman that's his size. Just because him and the woman both weigh 145 pounds doesn't mean that 145 pounds is equal. His 145 pounds will be a denser bone structure, more muscle to fat ratio, and he will just be bigger and stronger, even though they weigh the same, because he can cut down to 145 from 165 pounds or 170 pounds. Imagine a grown man cutting down from 175 pounds down to 145, say like what Conor McGregor used to do, and then going in the octagon and fighting a woman who's 145 pounds. Is that 145 pounds the same? I don't think so.
At Fort Bragg, North Carolina, deployed to Afghanistan. I was a Special Forces medical sergeant. When I went into the Army, don't ask, don't tell was still the law of the land. So you couldn't be queer in any capacity. In the military, I did some martial arts training, but it wasn't to the extent that we do here.
I'm not against gays in the military because obviously they're there and they've been there since the onset, since the beginning of the military. Obviously, even if they was in the closet. You don't care who saves your life in battle or who you're fighting along with, as long as they can do the job. But this just reminds me of the Eddie Murphy Raw skit where he said, sooner or later, you're going to have real faggots being police officers pulling you over. Instead of a siren on top of the car, it's going to be a real live faggot going, woo, woo, pull over, pull over.
Before I transitioned, when I was on a team, you know, I could bench press over 300 pounds. I could deadlift the back end of a car.
Are you listening to this individual? And I'm not going to call him a he or a she. Whoever they want to identify as, that's their business, and I'm not going to disrespect that. So I'm just going to say this individual. Okay? I don't believe just because in your mind you identify with the feminine energy, that automatically means that you're a woman or a girl. You are not. You still have the physical body of a male. What is it that y'all people don't understand? This is not any type of moral or religious bias, because I don't get into those things. This is just facts. This is scientific facts. He's bench pressing 300 pounds or deadlifting, whatever he said. Yes, there are strong women out there. Yes, there are women who can fight their ass off and knock your block off. But we're talking about the law of averages. We're talking about on average. The typical female versus the typical male is an unfair fight if there are no weapons involved or nothing else.
You know, I could run 6-minute miles going on HRT. That's hormone replacement therapy.
This is why I don't punch my wife in the face every time I get upset. Because that would be a fight. And it would be an unfair fight. Okay? It has nothing to do with my wife not being tough or anything like that. It has the fact to do that I'm a man and I'm way stronger than her naturally. Faster, bigger. Okay? She'd have to catch me lacking. She'd have to catch me slipping. Knock me upside the head while I ain't looking. Take me out.
I cannot do those things anymore. You know, now I'm running like 9-minute miles instead of 6s. You know, I have to train harder. I don't heal as fast. But yeah, I want to fight the best that I can, the best in the world.
Okay, let's get to the action here, folks. I love it. I hope this transgender person beats the hell out of this woman.
Be my commands and protect yourself at all times. Expect a clean fight. A lot of nerves, fighting nails.
I rewinded it because I want to show you guys something.
Be my commands.
Look at the head size between the two. Look at the neck size between the two. Look at the leg size between the two. Even though this woman, the natural born woman, is taller and has a more slender frame naturally, still, you can see the differences in bone structure. It's very obvious. Look at the jaws of the two. Look at the head sizes. This is not a fair fight, but let's continue.
And protect yourself at all times. Expect a clean fight. A lot of nerves, fighting nails, a lot of emotions. Maybe a lot of inspiration when they watch this fight.
Listen, there are a lot of people going through what Alana McLaughlin has done. They're looking for people to look up to, for folks that go through this. Maybe there will be a time where this isn't a shock to the system, but we will find out as Provost comes out swinging as we expected. Has one MMA fight, that was back in 2015. Between then and now, a lot of boxing, a lot of kickboxing.
And we can see it right here, right from the get-go, Max. Playing the distance, using her hands, her kicks. Now, Alana needs to put her head up.
Yeah.
She's putting her head down, which is very, 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 very hard here. It's not a very good thing to do. Celine could just hit her quickly with an uppercut, and that's all she wrote. She tried to go there for a...
Notice they keep calling the transgender her. They're trying to subliminally program this into your head that this is a woman fighting a woman here.
Keep right to her head. Now, that's a difficult thing for a tall fighter. They have to bring themselves down, which is kind of frustrating in a way. Maybe people see it as a disadvantage, but the shorter person actually has an advantage because they're able to go inside for the pocket or go for the legs.
McLaughlin not looking like the stronger fighter and taking a ton of punishment coming in. Getting pegged away there as they get in the clinch, and this is where McLaughlin could have an advantage.
You do not want to do this. This was
Right there, the fight is over. If a man grabs a woman in this position on the ground here, all right, this woman would have to be a power lifter or some type of super strong woman, top level MMA fighter like maybe Amanda Nunes to get away. Do you see the arm size of this quote unquote transgender grabbing this woman?
Celine did not want this fight to go. As Alana working her way here. And by the way, she is a U.S. Army veteran, so thank her. Since tomorrow is September 11th.
Yes. We're actually about 25 minutes from September 11th, and we know what an emotional moment that is for Americans and people all over the globe. Certainly those who served, we appreciate the service for McLaughlin. 6 years in the U.S. Army Special Forces, had a tour in Afghanistan as well.
She did connect. Celine connected there very, very hard in the head. And with another right hook.
Just a ton of activity and volume.
Now, this natural-born MMA fighter, the taller, slender female here, can actually fight. And she's tagging this transgender. But the transgender is eating him because look at the damn jaw size. This is not another man punching this transgender. This is a woman punch. And the transgender is eating these shots like a man would.
Game of punches for Provost.
Now, interesting to note, Max, if we heard earlier from the interview that Alana was saying that after she took all the essentials to make that transition, her power, her strength, one and the same.
Yep, Provost took a big right cross.
And Celine's going to keep going with that 1-2.
And another big uppercut.
Now, Alana's...
This is actually quite shameful. Come on. You're making us guys look bad, Alana.
Swinging for the fences to see if she catches her. Celine being the smart fighter, very technical, very skilled, and that's exactly what she's doing with that 1-2, which has been working all along.
Provost knows, and McLaughlin has to survive here. Provost will just continue to fire, but you can't keep punching like that for this entire fight. Maybe not even for this entire round. Another big right hand gets in there.
Alana needs to keep her hands up and her head up, because if not, it's going to be a very dangerous situation for her. Celine just keeps connecting with a long reach.
Comes in with the kick. McLaughlin has to do something to get this to the ground. No real takedown attempts.
And I was trying to make that point that after she transitioned...
I'm starting to think that this Alana person here with the pink hair has been coached to lay back off of this natural-born female. Because this person is just, this transgender is just standing there eating shot after shot after shot after shot. Now, normally, if you're in a fight with somebody and you're just taking shot after shot and you're not even being phased, you're not being wobbled, you would go forward and just assert your dominance. But I believe here that this transgender person has been coached to lay back and go about 70%.
She noticed a difference in her ability, her strength, her endurance. She talked about that she couldn't run the miles in 9 minutes, or 6 minutes. She ran it in 9.
Yep.
So we're seeing that right here, right now.
And the other thing is, you just have some wimpy guys out there too that couldn't punch a hole through a wet paper bag.
Alana McLaughlin was very appreciative for Provost to take this fight. I don't know how appreciative now, but she got a couple punches in. They are just slinging here. 2 minutes to go in this opening round. McLaughlin absorbing pressure, surviving thus far.
Celine attacked with a vicious uppercut.
Bad slip there.
When this match is over, Alana should be arrested for battery and assault of a woman.
Be okay?
Hopefully that's not her ankle. In fact, she used to be involved with track and field, and an ankle injury took her out of action. That's how she fell in love with MMA.
Overhand right by McLaughlin, getting in close quarters, combination Provost. Those punches don't have the zip that they had earlier in the round from the French lady.
But it does make an impact. Now, what Celine needs to do is that 1-2 move, 1-2 move. It seems that it's more like she's throwing.
Come on, you men
off,
out there. I don't really want to hear from the women. I really don't. I don't trust what y'all have to say about this. You know, a lot of you are not in y'all right mind. Men out there who think more logically, tell me in the comment section, honestly, what you really think about this. I'm not going to go and play the whole thing because we coming up on the 20-minute mark. And you know how I do. I don't make very long videos for my ADHD audience out there. So let me know in the comment section what you really think about this. Is this cool? Would you want your daughter in the ring fighting a transgender? I'm talking to my fellas out here. We got to get some of this stuff under control here, man. Let me know in the comment section. Beta punk males out there that's going to cry that, oh, everybody should be equal and allowed to do whatever they want. Listen, I'm not even going to entertain you. I want to hear from the real men and also from the real women out there who know what's really going on. This is Rant Social. This is Rant Roller Sports. This is Rant Media. Peace.